Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. We are finally here with yet another Ninjago stream. This time we're going to be playing Shadow of Ronin, and there's a few exciting things today. First of all, welcome Kevin to the stream.
Everyone, wonderful to be here with Bendo Bricks right here.
Yeah, we're going to be playing some, or I'm going to be playing some Shadow of Ronin, and we're going to be chatting about Ninjago with you guys and stuff. And yeah, we're gonna have a good time. Also, as I go to the stream layout here, you'll see we got this awesome little Woo avatar here that I got commissioned. Link is in the pinned comment as well as the description. You can find the artist. They did a fantastic job, and I'm so happy with it. So yeah, add some more spice to the stream layout and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, how's everybody doing today? I'm gonna try my best to read chat more during the stream than the tier list one, since it was very difficult to then. But yeah, we're gonna be interacting, talking with you guys. Feel free to ask me questions.
I would probably like to
what's up, Sakota?
I would like to give some shoutouts here, like Dawu. I have no idea how to say these names, so sorry if I butcher them. But good to see you, Dawu, and Sudoka, and Pepsi. Cannot. I recognize y'all from Twitter.
Heyo. Yeah, welcome guys. Welcome. Also, I will preface something before we get started. I got the emulation to work almost perfectly, I think. I've only played a little bit of the starting area to kind of test it, but the cutscenes are very messed up. So I'm gonna be muting the audio during them because the audio almost hurts to listen to with how glitched it is. And I think the visuals are equally messed up to an extent. So I'll be trying my best to read like the captions at which you can't see on screen, but I can see on the bottom DS screen. Since this is a 3DS game, this is the 3DS version. But yeah, welcome everyone. So also I've heard mixed things about whether or not this game is canon. I thought for the longest time it was supposed to be canon. Then a few streams ago, people were telling me it's not canon, so I have no idea.
I mean, I haven't played it either, but from my end, what I know is I'm pretty sure Tommy's never even like played the game or like seen any of the cutscenes or stuff, so that's why it's just in the middle. Because he wouldn't officially recognize it as canon or not. So, and it probably will stay that way ever since he's left Ninjago. So, yeah.
Sakota says it's not canon, and I trust Sakota because he's a big Ninjago history buff. So,
all right,
I will go by that. I'm gonna go by not canon because I've heard more people say it's not. I think at one point it was supposed to be. I guess it's really weird.
Okay, that makes. Yeah, I read Sakota's comment here about.
Tommy says originally intended to be, but there was too many contradictions, so it isn't. All right. Cutscenes are funny. Yeah, I've heard the voice acting is pretty funny. It's not canon, but it's weird since it's for first introduction to Ronin. Yeah, it is really strange how this is the game that introduced Ronin, and it's not even the canon telling of how they met him. So we still don't know how they met Ronin. We have no idea how the ninja met Ronin to this day, which is pretty funny. But cutscenes are the best part of this game. It's a shame they won't work properly. Yeah, it is upsetting.
Yeah, I remember someone posted a clip of the cutscenes like a few hours ago. I was like, oh, this is kind of fun.
It's I hope we can hopefully gather as much as possible with the audio muted. I don't know how bad the visuals are too. I think they're pretty glitchy as well. And I hope it's the only hopefully that's the only issue we run into today with the emulation. Because yeah, if we run into many issues, I'm not sure how well I'll be able to fix them, given the fact that this is 3DS emulation, which I'm not very familiar with. But anyway, I'm gonna get started without further ado, and let me quickly mute this. I think the visuals are actually fine, so we can see what's going on. We just won't be able to hear the terrible voice acting. But yeah.
Nice.
It's a funny recreation of like the original, or the tournament intro. That's what it is. Which is interesting. Apparently, if this was canon, it would have taken place between tournament and possession, which I guess makes sense. Yes, I'm playing this on Citra. Music of Shattered Run is so good. I was listening to the title screen music and I was like, dang, this is pretty good, actually. It's pretty funny. I wish the captions were on the top screen so you guys could see them. Jay's making a joke about how they need to remember where they parked. That's about all you need to know from that scene. Woo Gaming! How's your day? I know my day's good.
Top-tier dialogue.
Hope you guys are doing well, good as well. They're looking for magic stuff in on Chen's Island.
Oh, they're back?
Yeah, they're back on Chen's Island for some reason. Looking for something. Trying to give my best interpretation of what's going on here since we can't have the audio.
Man, Zane just having no shine with like the titanium suit just really throwing me off.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the cutscenes are going to be way lower quality than the actual game. Since I think they're pre-rendered, the game will look nicer than it did on the 3DS because the resolution is upscaled with the emulation. Love this game when I was younger. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say they really enjoy this game, so I'm excited since I've been wanting to play a Ninjago game for so long. But I never really was able to play this game. But now, here we are. But yeah, also, be sure to let me know how the audio is, chat. Hopefully it's good, but I can adjust as needed. Voice acting in this game is bad.
I would like to play this game at some point. Like, I do have, like, a 2DS, so I would like to get around to this game at some point. I just need to, like, actually find someone that's actually selling it.
Yeah.
I did see someone sell the DS Ninjago game, but I'm kind of a completionist, so I want it with like the cover as well, and sadly it didn't come with that.
Yeah. It'll be nice to own this game. That'll be a fun collection to have. It's just all the Ninjago games. But
yeah, especially since like
hard.
the cover art for Shadow of Ronin. That's whenever like any like major news media talks about Ninjago, that's usually their go-to.
It's such an iconic image. It's actually so well like done too. It's such a good render for no reason. It's just so good looking.
A random 3DS game randomly dropping the hardest.
Dropping the hardest Ninjago render of all time.
Honestly, I kind of want to find like an image that doesn't have like the title on it, so I can actually like.
I think I did find that. Oh no, I was gonna say I think I found that for the thumbnail I made, but I didn't. I just cropped out the original space where the title was, and then just plopped in the PNG where I wanted it.
How would you say the game is so far?
I can also switch characters, which is neat.
Oh. Who are like the voice actors for the ninja?
I do not know who the voice actors are. I just know they're different.
Alright. It's hard to tell from my end because I'm like listening to it on Discord.
Yeah, all you can hear is like grunts and stuff right now, and unfortunately we can't really listen to the cutscenes, so... People are saying the voice acting is really bad though, so I'll just take people's word for it.
I mean...
We might be dodging a bullet.
I'll give this question then. Is it worse than the LEGO Dimensions voice acting for Ninjago?
Oh, that's true. I remember playing that. It was pretty bad. The Lego movie voice acting is even funnier because it's like the actors are impersonating the movie characters' voices and not the show, so it's even like weirder. It's like not only are they not impersonating the right voices for the characters, but it's also not very good.
I'll find out.
Like, I just think it's funny how, because like I remember like showing everyone a clip of Kai like wanting to ride the Batmobile. That was like a LEGO Dimensions ad, and I was just like, what the heck did I listen to? Because it just sounded so different and so weird.
Well, hey,
and it's just
like the training machines
they did my boy dirty.
No problem.
Can I destroy these? I think I just have to dodge them. There's also tips here that I'm not reading. I can swap to J. Oh wait, what button did that say? X. Is that true? Because I think I have my buttons binded differently, that's why.
I
So
believe
bad
it will
it's
take the
good.
weight of
Loves
2
to see
people
it.
to open this stone hatchway. Colt, he means you. Hey.
Longest
I have
time it
a
was
healthy
one of the most
appetite.
high-res pictures of the ninja, so every new outlet used it. Yeah, it's such a good-looking render for no reason.
I mean,
I
I
don't
remember
know.
there was also a rebooted game for, I don't know if it was for 3DS, it probably was. And I remember seeing like the cover for that as well looked so good. It actually went really hard as well. Although I don't see people use that as much
Do I have to use
because I do
what
think it is very cool.
Oh, you know what? This is probably a secret thing. Yeah, there's some weird like just random Ninjago renders that are just like used.
They're lost to time.
Yeah.
Man,
Okay,
that's
what
why
I
we
to
need
do.
another Ninjago game so we can get the next hardest render.
We need another Ninjago game.
If the worst they can throw at us is
So the last one we
dojo
got was the
training
movie
equipment,
game. I'm
then
glad we
it'll
got
be a
this game at
breeze.
least.
Then bad news, because I don't think the dojo has whatever this is.
Oh my goodness.
Run!
Oh, I
guess-
have that set.
You can hear the voice acting here, which is nice. Oh, wrong button. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons right now.
Alright, you're exploiting an excellent strategy, running away.
Yeah, this is actually a speedrunning strat.
Now that was more of a workout
You guys
than
didn't
we
know.
get in the dojo. Yeah.
How
maybe
much
we
is this
should
game
ask
on
since
the
they
Switch?
used
I don't
one
believe
of
it's on the
things for us.
Switch. If it was on the Switch, I'd be
That's
playing
all.
it on there.
The session's not over yet.
But the movie game's on Switch, and I'm assuming
I think
it's
time we show
probably
them
like
some
$40. I
swing
don't know,
jitsu.
actually.
I
Hold
actually
what?
got the movie game. I got it like 30, I think it was either 20 or $30.
Oh, really?
Actually pretty cheap now.
I think the movie
Comparatively.
game goes on sale quite often on Steam. But yeah, unfortunately, this game I'm pretty sure is only on... I think the most accessible way these days is probably to get on a mobile.
Oh.
If it's still in the App Store, it might not be in the App Store anymore. I don't know.
Lego Brawls is kind of the last Ninjago game.
Yeah, I like Lego Brawls. I just wish it was more in depth, but it is really fun to mess around with.
Oh, I agree. Like, it is fun, kind of like just slowly getting like each of the characters and unlocking them.
Part of me
Although I
does
do kinda
really
wish-
wish the game had like a bit more depth with the combat, but I understand why it doesn't. Though.
Yeah, I kind of wish it did take more advantage of the whole Super Smash Bros. Idea here, because I do think that could have been that there was a lot of potential there.
Yeah. Probably the least bad Ninjago voice acting in a game. It's honestly not that bad so far. I mean, obviously it doesn't sound anything like the actual characters, but you know,
I mean,
voice
like,
acting, the performances themselves haven't been terrible yet, but we've only heard a little bit.
I mean, I'll say, even though I can barely hear it, whenever I manage to hear like any of the characters, I sort of get a feeling that it sounds like them. I wouldn't. I mean, I can't really fully listen to it well, so I can't judge it that much. But
Everyone, hide.
it sounds fine, I guess.
got this.
Yeah, it's passable.
Hey, you got rocket launchers
I mean,
on
I've
there?
heard
Why don't you
voice
use
acting
them?
for like the other
Scared
games
you'll
as well,
miss
so
me?
Yeah, the other games are
it
far
isn't. The
worse.
competition isn't that hard.
Yeah.
Come on, move!
You got the movie game
That
free
was
on Steam?
close.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have it on
Kai,
Xbox.
That was really brave, Kai.
Um,
Nothing.
But I never beat it because I was just not a huge fan of it. Can I do
His
something with
voice
this?
actor sounds similar. Noted.
I wonder if I can do anything with this. Oh, no, wrong character. There's probably gonna be a lot of things in these levels that I can't do yet without the right character. I'm interested to see the character roster in this game too.
It would be nice if we could get like a true TT Lego Ninjago game, but
Yeah.
even as much of a big fan as I am for the show, I really doubt that's ever gonna happen.
My
At least to the extent that we all wish it could be.
yeah, like a whole like Lego Star Wars type thing where they just remake a bunch of the seasons. Because with Lego Star Wars, I guess, yeah, they have like every movie in the latest one, but like a Ninjago game with every season would be like, I don't know if that would be possible.
What would the cutscenes be? Like, would they just like play clips of the
I
show?
wouldn't, you know what? I wouldn't even mind if they did that, as long as the gameplay was good. Or just
I
funny
feel like
interpretations.
I feel like how they would go with it is probably they would probably
wait.
get the big moments of each season rather than doing like the entire season and just having like cutscenes for like those like big popular episodes, like you know, finale season 2 or Zane's death,
Yeah.
or like a lot from season 1. That's how I sort of imagine it.
Plot of this game is fairly solid. Could work on an actual plot of a season. It has everything you need for a season. Just give them new suits and vehicles, and bam, season 4.5. Also, thank you so much, Fierce, for the $9.99 donation through Super Chat. He says, Ben, long time no see. Welcome, Fierce. Happy to see you here. Hope you're doing well. And thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate it.
That's pretty awesome,
Yeah,
Pierce.
Fierce is an OG.
Nice.
Oh, secret
Honestly, it's
passageway.
insane that I gotta be honest, you guys. It's insane that I'm actually on a stream with Bendo Bricks right here.
Well, I appreciate you being here.
Well, I appreciate you inviting me.
Okay, we missed a golden brick, guys, so
No.
this is unfortunate. 1 out of 3. I'm guessing that's character eggs? I don't know. Okay. I guess next level. We won't worry about 100% just yet. Benderworks has changed my life. I don't know if I've done...
He's changed all of our lives.
My whole outlook on everything that exists in this world, the fact that even the entire universe, I can never look at anything the same way ever again.
Guys ever worship kittens? Or
That's
muffins?
crazy.
I like muffins. Who doesn't? I'd gladly be attacked
Wait,
by
does
a
the
Guys.
audio sound good?
Come on. It might be scary, but we've got
From
a
the
mission
game?
to complete.
Or just the
Yeah.
stream in general.
Uh,
The game
yes,
sounds
yes,
decent,
yes,
actually.
And those
For a
are the
DS
crabs
game.
I was talking about.
Aw, they're pointy.
This game actually doesn't look too bad, like just high res and stuff. Like obviously a lot of the textures could be better, or actually the textures look fine. It's a lot of the models that could look better, but for the 3DS, I mean, like playing this on a PC, it's not too jarring. Okay. Would you even say the Ninja movie game is as bad as this? I think the Ninjago movie game... I mean, I didn't really enjoy the Ninjago movie game. I feel like I'm going to enjoy this game more, actually. Just because this game is more based on the actual show.
And like, what are your thoughts on the Ninjago movie?
And just the movie in general.
Yeah, just the movie. in
I think
general.
it's, as a movie on its own... Oh, geez, I just had major lag there. As a movie on its own, I think it's pretty good. But as I mean, obviously as a Ninjago movie, I'm really not a huge fan of it. I think there's a lot of missed potential with that movie. I like to view it as its own thing, separate from Ninjago. Just because it's so different. Oh, jeez. I think as a movie, it's fine. It could be a lot worse. It could be a lot better. The humor is pretty good a lot of the time. It's entertaining. I've watched it far too many times than I'd like to admit.
Yeah, like I remember in our conversations about it on Twitter, like you definitely were pretty meh on the movie. You
Yeah.
seemed very in the middle about it, and honestly, most of what you said about it, I agree, because like when I first saw it, and I told you this was like during my Ninjago Dark Age, so I didn't care too much about Ninjago. So when I watched it, I was like, it's a movie.
Yeah.
And even then, it was just like, I've seen Lego Batman movie, I've seen the Lego movie. Those really hit me hard, so the fact that I didn't really feel that much with this one was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
And I did slowly appreciate it as its own thing when I did get back into a Ninjago eventually. But like, now with how I feel about the movie, it's just like, even as its own thing, it doesn't really have that much to offer.
Yeah.
Especially if you separate it from Ninjago, because if you have no attachment to that, you're really gonna not feel anything else with this movie aside from like, like the Garmadon stuff, which I think really
Yeah,
carries this movie.
I
Because if
think
that wasn't there, I think this movie would have really fell flat.
the whole Garmadon and Lloyd story is like the core of the film that I think would have probably had the most thought put into it. And I think it was pretty solid as a whole. Like it's definitely the part of the movie that I look back on and I was like, I think that was pretty good, but a lot of the rest of the movie just holds it back in my opinion. And it's
Yeah, like I really do love all the Garmadon stuff. Like, I mean, Garmadon himself, like Lord Garmadon,
oh yeah.
I really love like
Because if
the
there was one
spin
thing we were
how
sure
they
of, it was
spun that character
bones.
into the
These
movie.
ones
How
could
he
be
is kind of
useful.
like a comedic villain, like comedic big bad who we think doesn't care about his son, but kind of does deep down. And I mean, just the performance given by the actor as well. I just think just really made Garmadon very entertaining in every scene he's in.
Yeah, Garmadon's probably easily my favorite part of the movie. I mean, I
Oh yeah,
still,
definitely.
even then, I still think there was some issues when it came to how his arc was handled. But I think overall, like, that he is the strong suit of the movie, and it's probably what keeps me. Him and Lloyd's dynamic is the only thing that really keeps me coming back to that film, along with the animation and everything.
Oh yeah, it looks visually gorgeous.
It does look gorgeous. I will say though, like, I do think it is a step down from the Batman movie. Like the Lego Batman movie, I think looked a lot better with its lighting and scenery. But that might be a preference thing.
It's really tough for me because like I think the last three Lego movies. I'll say this: like, as much as I love the first Lego movie, I think the other three Lego movies are very superior in terms of visual style and cinematography and all
Oh
of
yeah.
that. And I think Ninjago. I know some people complain about how like some of the natural elements, like like water, how that's not like actual Lego. But at the same time, I think that really is so stunning to look at, like seeing like that really that really vibrant ocean water is just really something that catches my eye, and then honestly, I really do think it helps to add like a lot of visual treat for the audience to see.
Yeah. The movie just it looks great.
Oh,
It's like one of the
definitely.
it's one of the most visually impressive movies I've seen. And that goes for pretty much all the Lego movies, honestly, but Ninjago and Batman stand out to me especially. It's just looking really phenomenal.
Oh, totally. It's just a shame how I think the writing is what really hurts this movie in the end, though,
Yeah.
because like even just comparing it to like Lego Batman, I can watch Lego Batman without having to seen like the other movies or read the comics or play some of the games, or you could literally watch Lego Batman and still feel very attached to the character and still understand like the general importance and cultural significance of the character, because it
Yeah,
is
for
a
sure.
celebration of so many decades of Batman in there.
They
But
did.
with Ninjago, like the fact that I have to separate it is kind of a negative in my eyes, because it's just I just don't really think it really took advantage of the world and characters they really had aside from the Garmadons.
Yeah.
Time for more spin
It feels like they wrote a completely different movie and slapped Ninjago onto it. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, yeah, because like I know with the movie, I know they had to like switch a director at some point, and that's why I know the movie was supposed to come out in 2016, but I guess like with some production mishap there, they had to like push it back to 2017. And personally, my theory about what happened was that
the inner temples through there.
because there was like so much pressure to get this like movie out, and because they've already had to delay it, I'm sure what probably happened was they probably had to basically play it safe, like make it just like I described this to you in the convo at one time, but I kind of described it as like a high school superhero kind of movie with ninjas.
Yeah.
Because that's what it really feels like. Because like I know I've actually talked with someone who isn't an American, and they gave me their perspective, and they felt like it was kind of just like a generic kind of like Americanized movie of Ninjago.
Yeah.
And honestly, that perspective really fascinated me, and the movie does actually kind of feel like that when you just watch it, because the only thing that really stood out to me was Lloyd and Lord Garmadon, and nothing else aside from like the visuals. Like when
Right.
looking at the world and locations, nothing really stands out except maybe like the city. But I feel like
But even
Sons of
then,
Garmadon
it's
just perfected that
yeah.
idea.
The city
Like
doesn't
it
have
made a
that
lot
much
of character.
personality compared to Ninjago City from the
The
show.
staff.
Yeah, especially like season 8 in particular. I feel like it took like the visuals of the movie and really made that into a character in and of itself, but I don't
One
think the
has
movie
2
really
eyes and is really
had that
scary.
advantage to it, which is
Uh,
really
evil
unfortunate.
spirits?
And
Oh no, wait, that has 3 eyes.
uh,
No,
I, I
eyes.
I actually like made a thread on
Let's go.
Twitter earlier,
I'm up for
which I wanted to
things, Plan.
discuss for a bit, like how,
We're
because like I
trapped.
recently watched
It's a dead end.
like the
Don't say the
Miraculous
D
movie,
word. Jay,
and
behind you.
something that was really curious going into it was
My
like,
pants.
how will it acknowledge the show, and how will it be its own movie? Because I do feel like those are
That's not what
things
happened at
it has
all.
to do,
Who's telling this story, me or you?
given how the show does
You've
have a
been
fan
telling it all
base,
wrong.
and
Jay is correct.
uh
I was still
it
Shen's
is
captive when
it
he
is
first
not
went
supposed to
to
be
his
connected
temple.
to the show at all. And
doubt
I
everyone
was
was
thinking,
complimenting you
this
all
is
the
like the
time,
Ninjago
brother.
movie. Let's see how they'll
And most
handle
importantly,
that. And
Chen
Mhm.
Snake only bit a hole
personally,
in my pants.
I think
A
the Miraculous
hole
movie
in my pants.
did. I think
My
the
hero.
Miraculous movie succeeded where the Ninjago movie failed, where it was able to
Hey,
really
It is time for
embrace
training.
a lot of
I want
elements
to
from
make
the
sure
show.
you didn't
Like
get
it really
rusty
had,
during your recent
it was very
holiday.
proud of what like the show had, and
holiday?
really
I had to
utilized
work
that
in a
into the
noodle mine.
story and
And I am made of
locations,
titanium.
and
I
had some
do
of those
not rust.
characters.
He
Even like
wants to taste
character
our
designs
skills,
are
both
basically the
brain
same, just with a higher budget.
Right.
But I think what sets it apart though is how it actually does do new stuff with it. Because I know one of the things people complain about the show is how they really drag out the romance. And I've only seen season 1 of Miraculous, but it really drags that out in that first season. So it was actually nice. It was actually very refreshing to see them actually move forward with it, actually have a lot of growth and development happen with like the romance relationship between the characters, and how they all actually tie together as well, like between the main heroes and the villain. It was very interesting to see how they were really able to effectively and cleverly have the full movie be behind these characters,
Oh
and how
jeez, I
have
gotta
them be
mute
the
this.
core.
Sorry, I had to mute the game.
And oh,
Go on.
huh?
Sorry, I had
Oh,
to
okay.
mute the cutscene because it's glitching again. Go on.
Oh, okay. But like with like the movie, it was following like the ninja, but in actuality, it was just following Lloyd while we were stuck with these other characters as well.
Mm.
And that's something that generally annoys me about it. And I would like to say, like, even though Miraculous did use like the character designs of like the show, that doesn't mean like the Ninjago movie is bad for using the redesigns, because honestly, those are cool. I actually appreciate them now, and it is nice to see them be in the show as well. I think my issue is just how outside of that, they really sacrificed so many elements of the show, like Spinjitzu, or like just even like maybe the Ninjago locations, or like not even having like any kind of the lore that Ninjago had. I mean, there's so much lore inside the show that
So Sensei Wu, we still got
it's
it,
kind
what
of
it takes.
surprising how they sort of just were like, we're gonna do our own thing, but their own thing was just a generic world that I don't really have any attachment to.
Right,
With
yeah.
while we follow a bunch of characters other than Lloyd that I don't really care for,
Uh-oh.
and I
More
honestly
students.
do not
Then
remember.
let's teach him a lesson.
Yeah, it was really I remember being very disappointed going into that movie, like, for the first time, because I really thought it would be... I mean, I remember after seeing the trailers, I was kind of like, okay, yeah, this might not be as in line with the show as I would be hoping. But on top of not really being that much, like, to do with the show itself, it also wasn't that amazing of a movie in general. So it was like, yeah, this really did not leave a good impression, first impression on me.
I mean, it didn't even like based on like audience reaction and box office. It really didn't
Yeah.
leave a good impression for many
It didn't even
people,
leave a good
especially-
impression on newcomers, which was what it was supposed to do in the first place.
I mean, this was like kind of a risk for Lego to do because like Ninjago was still kind of new, considering the like by the time the movie came out, the 5th anniversary for the series already passed. So
Yeah.
it is still pretty fresh. So that's already a risk in and of itself. But also, I mean, hearing the words Ninjago, you expect ninjas, but you don't know what else.
Yeah. And the movie
So the
wasn't
fact
even really about being a ninja. It was about like they referenced they kept calling characters ninjas and then didn't like really build upon like what that actually meant. That didn't really do anything for the movie. Like they could have just like as you said, it kind of just being like a high school superhero movie. They could have just been new superheroes from a completely different franchise, and the movie still would have worked.
Well, it didn't work.
I mean, the movie still would have played out the same way. That's what I mean.
Like you could confuse it with
So was
like another kind of ninja, and you wouldn't
I
notice.
can double jump.
And it's honestly, it is kind of sad how this is kind of the movie that really kind of kick-started Lego Movie's downfall.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. Because I was really
'Cause,
enjoying
like-
the Lego movies. And it's sad to see
I'm
that they're not really
personally-
making any more. I mean, I heard that they'll be making some more Lego movies, but they won't be anything like what we've seen before.
Yeah, that's what I've also heard as well. And honestly, it really does suck how the Lego movies like failed the way they did because I love the Lego Movie 2. That movie's so good in my opinion. Personally, that's my favorite Lego movie. But whenever I like binge the whole series, the whole like franchise, Ninjago movie always kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, and it's not that hard to see why because it does have some heart, but the full movie doesn't really show it as a whole. And I mean, this is the movie where like we really got like a big Lego bomb because I'm pretty sure the budget was like 70 million, but it only made like 20 million,
Yeah.
which
Uh,
is not good because usually movies movies need to break even at the box office by double their budget, but would have needed 140 million. So the fact that Dingen wasn't even close to that is really a shame.
Yeah.
Like it easily has the worst box office opening for any of the Lego movies. Easily the worst, like box office in general for each of the movies as well. It really did badly, or didn't really do as good as the other ones.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I really would have liked to see more Lego movies, especially on other themes and stuff. Why am I fighting Cole? He's my teammate. Also, I'm gonna read some, before I continue, I'm gonna read some chats a little bit. Lego Batman was also the funniest Lego movie. Comedy was on point. I really liked the Lego Batman movie. I feel like the last time I watched it, I didn't like it as much. And I would probably say the original Lego movie is still my favorite. But I did really like the Batman one. That would probably be my second favorite. Then Lego Movie 2, then Ninjago. I'm guessing I switched to Cole for this.
Honestly, it makes me so mad that we're never getting a Lego Batman movie 2 because
Oh yeah.
that was literally one of the first things I
Dude.
thought of when I walked out of Across the Spider-Verse.
We can get up
Like
that
after
way.
seeing the sequel to Spider-Verse, I was just thinking, man, imagine how insane and awesome the sequel for Batman movie could have been.
Yeah.
It really could have gone more nuts. And I know they've mentioned they mentioned some like plot details and stuff that they would have went into, and they've probably. I heard them say they were thinking of even doing like a DC versus Marvel thing in there.
It's starting to annoy me.
Yeah,
And
that
if
would have
that's
been interesting.
true, that's insane.
That would have been a crazy crossover. It would have been really
And I
funny
did-
too. They probably would have
Yeah,
gotten a lot of comedic value out of that.
Yeah, because like literally one of the passwords is Iron Man sucks.
Yeah. I forgot about that joke. Cancel concept sounded much better. Yeah, for the Ninjago movie. The cancel concepts for the Ninjago movie honestly sounded not only better than the movie, but also Hands of Time. Like, if they made that either one of those, I think it would have been better. But even the concepts for current Hands of Time are still really cool, in my opinion. I just think the execution could have been stronger. But that goes for a lot of stuff when it comes to Ninjago for me.
Like, what was the like? From what I've heard, like the cancel concept was like Lloyd wanted to like go back in time to stop his father from being evil.
Yeah. I think that was along the lines of that. I forget the details. I remember one of the scenes got released where he like
Yeah, it was, like,
meets the past
between-
version of Garmadon, which was it was not only really funny but really interesting.
And like I know there's like a deleted scene, and I know a clip of it did end up in the movie, but this almost seems like a pitch for like the past concept that we were mentioning. It was like Lloyd fighting some bad guys in like someone's home, and like
Yeah.
the lighting and tone is just very different
They
compared
used
to what was in the movie.
They used a few clips of that in like the news broadcast segment, I think.
Yeah,
But we
I
never
know,
got the
it's just,
full
like-
scene. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching like the full scene, and I was like, man, this is
That looks ominous.
completely different. It would have been awesome to see this kind of Ninjago movie.
It was probably one of the things that Jackie Chan choreographed too that didn't make it in.
No idea.
Because we heard a lot of stuff about Jackie Chan doing choreography for a bunch of scenes, and we really only see. I think we saw one scene that
Like
he
just that
choreographed
one fight scene
with
between
Wu and Garmadon. I think that's the only fight he choreographed. If I'm not wrong, there might be one other that I'm forgetting.
Yeah?
I mean, there isn't really any moments that stand out to me that much, so probably
Yeah.
would be that one.
In terms of the action, the movie isn't like. I don't know. I think some of the action can be good, but even when it looks really pretty, like the movie doesn't really have that well done action. I think especially when they're in the city with like the giant mechs, like they could have made a lot of those shots a lot more interesting. I think.
I mean, honestly, seeing those mechs is more like, hey guys, buy our toy.
Yeah, it really does feel like that,
Pretty sure I got
which is
the right
unfortunate.
ones. Yeah, my information specifically said the one
What did you think about The Last of the
Lame-o.
Monkey Kid? I think it was nice seeing more
Definitely you.
context on Wukong. I really liked it.
What you doing down there?
I'm kind of mixed on the special though, and I'll make a video about that later. It depends on where they go with the next season, but I am a bit mixed on the special.
Not to hurry you.
But that could very well change depending on what they do during the next season. Just rewatched Lego Movie 2 recently. It's so good. Yeah, I actually have only watched that movie one time in theaters when it came out, and that's it. I should probably watch that movie again.
Oh, you should definitely see that again, because I remember I used to be in your boat as well, because for the longest time I only saw the Lego Movie 2 once in theaters, and I came out feeling like it is another good Lego movie.
Yeah.
And that was it. But then when I watched it again, I actually appreciated a lot that the movie did, how it actually handled the main arcs between Emmett and Wildstyle. And I feel like it's something that there's so much to actually analyze there. Like I went really in depth on like Emmett's and Wildstyle's arc and how they're both tied to each other.
Yeah.
Like in one of my reviews for the movie, and I don't know. If you watch it, maybe that could be a video for you to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I should definitely watch that movie again. Because I watched it once. And I hate we're watching a cutscene right now. I have to mute the audio, but we're seeing Ronin for the first time. I wish the audio wasn't messed up right now.
Looking so devious here.
Look at his outfit, bro. It's so interesting.
I mean, I would imagine he would have a lot of disguises.
I'm late. What happened? We're playing Shadow of Ronin, and we currently cannot hear the audio for the cutscenes because it's very glitched. So I decided just to mute it and let you guys keep your hearing.
Hi, Red Rexter. Good to see you here. Oh yeah,
Ronin.
Bendo. Remember that conversation I had with you about like when I first got into Ninjago again?
Oh yeah.
It was because of like the 10th anniversary tweets.
Right. Yeah.
Red Rexter here actually retweeted some of those because I
Nice.
followed him at the time, and that's how I got into Ninjago again. So I really have this
Nice.
person to thank for that.
Well, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Glad to have you here. How's Tournament of Elements vid going? It's going very well. I'm almost done editing it. It was supposed to be out actually this week or last Friday, I guess. But it should hopefully be out this next coming week. It's confusing because it's Sunday, so yeah, it'll be out soon within the next week. And there's that level. These levels are really quick actually compared to a lot of LEGO games I've played. But yeah, Tournament of Elements is going to be a really fun video. I'm excited for that one to come out.
So, you're saying we lost some
these
sort of powers
character
as well
models
as our
look so
memory?
funny.
Yes.
Just the minifig faces that aren't animated.
Which awakened an elemental power within you. Losing those
And it's so funny
experiences
just seeing Wu
has
talk.
robbed you of your
Yeah.
powers.
Oh,
Poor guy
what?
can't even move
Things
his
get
mouth.
worse,
It's okay, Jay. You've still got me.
and it just got a whole lot better.
Their faces just aren't animated at all.
Yes. Hey, hands off my sister!
What I do not understand is, if I am a robot,
Trust me, you are.
then how did it wipe?
Also, why are
The stranger used
they're in the
their
Temple of
sacred
Erjitsu?
blade, an ancient
I'm pretty sure.
artifact Which affects all living
So
they're not-
this scene
they're
has
not
to take
supposed
place
to do
during
that.
Hands of Time, right?
You are a living thing. The only way to reverse the memory loss
It's
is
strange.
for each
It's
of
not
you
canon
to
anyway. I shouldn't be worrying
obtain
about it.
your own obsidian weapon,
They should make a Ninjago
Quite a
non-canon
prize.
CMF series.
because the
That'd be really
only
cool.
man who might
Honestly,
know
just
where
any
they
Ninjago
are,
CMF
the
series. There's so
original
many
owner of the obsidian
minifigs that I'd
blade,
love to have.
is in Cryptarium prison.
Well, I probably
Even
don't
if they're
need any of his
restricted to the
memories back
canon,
anyway.
I think they would still be able to make it work.
So we must travel to that pitiless place as soon as we
Who's your
can.
favorite character from Monkey Kid, and how would you feel about a Ninjago Monkey Kid crossover? A Ninjago Monkey Kid crossover sounds fun on paper, but I think in practice it would... I don't know. I don't think it would work. But maybe I'm not smart enough to think of how it would work. In terms of my
Oh,
favorite
it's the
character, it's
architect.
definitely Macaque. Alright, what are we doing here? I'm on the Ultra Dragon.
We will
Oh,
need
jeez.
to
And I'm about to
split out
crash.
And find a prisoner called Hibiki. When you find
Oh, this
him,
control's
be
really
careful.
weird.
He is extremely
Oof.
paranoid.
0 out of 10. Can't fly a dragon, right?
Ronin's really cool in this
Honestly-
game. Yeah, I'm excited to see more Ronin.
I will say, honestly, I think a Monkey Kid and Ninjago crossover would be very difficult from the get-go, just with like, how would the art style be handled? Like, would they join the Ninjago verse, or will Ninjago characters join Monkey Kid? Like, how will that go?
I would
And
love to see Monkey Kid, or like Ninjago in Monkey Kid animation.
that would be pretty sick. Thinking about it,
I think that would look better than Monkey Kid and Ninjago animation. Because even some of the minifigs for Monkey Kid look kind of uncanny to me. But that's probably just because I'm so used to the show, and I don't own any Monkey Kid sets.
I mean, but there is a good point there that they have figures for them already.
Yeah, they have minifigs, but I don't think all of them look nearly as good as they do in the show. There's a few that they translated really well. Well, I guess the minifigs were probably made first and then the show designs. I'm actually not sure. But the show designs definitely look far better, in my opinion. I think seeing Ninjago and Monkey Kid's art style would be really good. But I don't know how they would make a story work. I feel like if they did it, it would have to be non-canon. And, yeah. It's one of those things where I feel like Monkey Kid and Ninjago, while they seem so similar on the surface, they're very different. So, kind of getting them to work together would be kind of a nightmare, I feel like, when it comes to the writing.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I see a good point there. Although, like, seeing like the fan art for Ninjago characters and Monkey Kid art style is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I followed this one like artist for literally making like a Skylar and Monkey Kid art style. I was blown away by that.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you changed anything, but your mic sounds kind of muffled now.
Oh no.
Oh, it's good now. It's fine now.
Oh, it's because like my phone was a little more farther away.
Yeah, you probably just, yeah. But yeah, it is really cool. And I do love seeing Ninjago characters and Monkey Kid art style. And speaking of which, if you guys want to go follow the artist that made this awesome Woo PNG avatar, then please do. They make fantastic art.
The generator doesn't look too badly damaged. I got this.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I have to hold this down. But yeah, I was really happy to have this commissioned. It's really
Wait,
nice.
do you have your avatar open its mouth whenever you speak?
Yeah. Yeah.
No way. That's actually cool.
I love it. Yeah, I got commissioned like just for the stream, and the artist did a fantastic job with it. So please, guys, if you guys need art, please go click the link to find their Twitter and commission them for art. So they do a fantastic job. Zane can use his optical sensors. Wow. I have to switch to Zane, I guess.
He's just built different.
He is built different.
I can see the problem.
Okay, what button am I pressing? Oh, do I have to... Wait, hold on. I'm not paying attention to the game. Let me do this first. Do like Jimmy Timmy's Power Hour, 2 episode crossovers, one in MK style and one in Ninjago style. That would be pretty cool, yeah. Get best of both worlds in there.
Honestly, why should a Ninjago Monkey Kid crossover be non-canon? This could be the start of another Lego cinematic universe.
Monkey Kid's the whole Monkey Kid universe is actually just a realm, so it merged anyway. Okay, hold on.
No, it's the missing realm that they forgot to get.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm messing up the controls right now. None of these button prompts are the same because I'm using an Xbox controller. So I'm like fumbling with it. I don't know what Y is on this. Okay, there we go. Oh, geez, what's happening here? Okay, hold on. There's a puzzle I have to do. Okay, I see. Okay, that looks right. I've underestimated how difficult it is to read chat while playing a video game.
The
Okay, there we go.
circuit is complete.
This game is far more complex than the Lego Battles game that I played previously. Why wouldn't I think a Monkey Kid and Ninjago crossover would work? I just think the plot of the episode itself would be a mess. Because I don't know what they would do with the actual storyline there. Like, would they tie it into Journey to the West, or would they tie it more into Ninjago lore? What would they do with that? Who would be the villain? If there even would be one? How would they structure it? It's a whole thing. I don't think it's impossible. I just think it would be like if I was tasked to write that, I would be like, what are we doing here?
I mean, I
How
think
would
it's
you
obvious
even-
who the
how would
villain
you even write that?
It would be the Lego company.
Yeah, the
itself.
Lego company. It'd get very meta. Keep accidentally attacking Zane.
Honestly, a crossover I would love to see, even though I don't like this show at all. Actually, would be a Chima and Ninjago crossover.
Yeah, I'm really hoping Chima somehow plays a role in Dragon's Rising. With Roz and
Or-
everything. Even if
Like,
they
let
just
us
hint
least
at it.
Be like one of the tribes.
Yeah. I just... Like, oh, I have to bounce on this guy's head to progress in the level. Will that even give me enough height, though? I don't think I can get up there.
Honestly, like one of the best moments of season 5 is literally when Ninjago meets Chima.
Yeah, just for that brief second. It's crazy how much Chima being a realm and just that little cameo has, like, how big of an impact that actually created. And with Dragon's Rising now, with Roz and everything, like, is he from Chima? Is he not? It's like, how does that work? We've opened a whole can of worms here that I don't know. I feel like they're definitely going to hint at Roz being from Chima. I don't think they're going to outright ever confirm it. Because I don't think they want to be bothered to actually make Chima a big part of the storyline. But then again, I don't know why they would make Raz as a character so inherently tied to it if they weren't going to do anything with it. So who knows. My avatar's better than the characters in the game. Yeah, but my Woo avatar could actually have slight facial animation. Even if it's 2 frames. This is chat saying. Shadow of Ronin is a great game. Dumping on it on the Hack 3DS needs higher resolution. Yeah, it's really nice with the high res on the emulator. It doesn't look too bad actually. I'm enjoying the game so far too. Definitely much more enjoyable than the movie game so far. Lady Bone Team and Samukai team up. That's what we need in our lives.
I mean, remember how in the first season they randomly mentioned clutch powers?
Oh yeah. And then he showed up like 10 seasons later.
You see, now we're starting the Lego Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, there we go.
Have you seen the Clutch Powers movie?
I have not.
I have.
What'd you think of it?
It is a masterclass in art. It is the pinnacle of animation.
Really missing out here then.
Truly a gift from the heavens.
Truly.
Get back, all of you! We aren't with them.
It's funny how that movie's become such a meme now.
I think I need to watch it now, just so I can be in on the joke.
Now can we talk?
It's funny
I
though
mean, if you
too,
wanna
because
hear my true thoughts, it's a movie of its time.
there are people who definitely are, like I've heard of, are upset with Clutch Powers and Ninjago because he's not enough like from his movie.
Why should I trust you? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Would you let us
But
answer?
that's only what I've heard.
Sorry, what was the first question again? That Ronin guy wiped our memories.
But I do find it really funny how they just kind of brought Clutch Powers into Ninjago. I don't know. I still don't know why they did that.
But then if it didn't happen, we wouldn't remember it
But
either.
I'm glad they did. I actually kind of like Clutch
Has
Powers.
anyone ever asked why?
But he only took a couple of years.
It's just strange.
That's right.
Like, did no one ask Tommy why he brought
It could have been much worse. He could have
why he
been
brought
into
Clutch
you,
Powers?
If you believe his lies, then you'd be his.
Do we know if it was Tommy's idea?
Like, whose idea was it?
So, I'd wager you
It's
want
weird.
to know what
They
the
made a
other obsidian
minifig for
weapons
him.
are, hmm?
For season
Yes,
11,
please.
so
So they wanted to make a toy.
Can't tell ya.
Lego was on board with it. It's not one of those things where they brought in a side character and then Lego just never made a minifig.
But you can tell yourself. You just need to drink the tea of insight.
I'm gonna actually check and see, because I'm actually curious what the answer is.
The what is what?
The tea of insight was made from a rare fruit called the inky lemonberry, but it no longer grows in these lands.
Ha! It does in one
Okay, okay,
place.
so there was
But
an answer
where
given.
is
It's
the toxic bog?
what he said
This
was
map is what they
he's
wanted.
part of Ninjago since episode
Our
9 and
thanks,
entertainment,
Hibiki.
and sometimes that's
Come,
all the
we have
reason
to
you
get your
need.
memories back and stop this Ronin.
Basically, I like to
How
chalk
do we
that up
know he's
to we
plotting
did it because we wanted to, and
He's
that's it.
We felt
evil,
like it.
Zane.
We
Evil
felt like
Who
it.
knows
people are
why, but we did.
always plotting.
And Lego let us, so
Honestly, I can respect that.
Lego was like, "Hey, we'll make a new minifig for him." Well, Clutch Power wasn't Clutch Powers in like an not a Ninjago movie, but just a Lego movie set? Because I remember there was a Lego
He's never
movie
had a
set.
figure until he never had a figure until literally Ninjago.
Really? I could have sworn he was in like a Lego movie set. Because I know
No, there was no movie for it. There was no like, as far as I know, there wasn't really any set for it, let alone figures.
Yeah, but for like the Lego movie, like just the Lego movie.
Oh, the Lego movie?
Yeah. Because like I know I think
In
like
my
there was
head,
a Lloyd
should have done
minifig.
that actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
I forget. Someone in the chat's gonna have to let me know. Josh convinced me with a headcanon that the Clutch Powers movie is an in-universe movie Clutch made about himself in the Ninjago universe. I love that idea.
Kai,
I'm
Then
gonna
why
go
is
with that
he
from
more-
now on.
sisters help. to
Honestly,
prove
that does actually
toxic
sound like a good
bogs.
idea.
Understood. She should be at Ed and Edna's junkyard. We're seeing
Johnny
my parents?
Thunder would
Aw,
be
man. If I'd
cool
known,
that
I
they
could've
just
brought my
randomly bring
dirty
in here as
laundry.
well.
Way
Yeah.
to impress Nia, man.
Maybe it was Johnny Thunder that was in the Lego
so what,
movie
do you need
set.
your help?
The toxic bogs have recently
Yeah, I'm pretty
flooded.
sure he is. Yeah,
We will need Nia's grapple
you might have
device.
confused the
Can't we
two.
just
Yeah, I
take
think
a
I
boat
did.
in?
Certainly.
I mean,
If
two
you don't
legends.
mind
So
Two absolute legends.
melting.
I think I would mind that, Cole.
Yeah, Cole. Why are you always trying to get
it would
us
be funny if
melted?
Ninjago just randomly brought in Johnny Thunder, though.
All right, you guys.
That'd be pretty funny. Not him and Clutch Powers had like a ego battle.
He has his own rival.
Oh, I'm gonna
club or whatever.
I'm on a bike now apparently.
Do you see it?
Do not worry. It is a serpentine battlecopter.
Serpentine?
A race of snakes that you have encountered before.
Yeah, why is Kai confused about Serpentine right now?
Armies.
Serp?
But we are at peace.
What are Serpentine?
Are these
I
bikes
mean, didn't they say they lost their memories?
Oh, is that what happened? I've not really been able to keep up with the plot of this game so far.
Because, like, I know apparently Ronin stole their memories or something.
I guess that's what happened, yeah. Yeah, you
I guess
gotta
that
be
makes
right,
sense.
because I definitely missed some of this dialogue.
Yeah, I've been reading. I've been occasionally.
There's a lot of multitasking going on here on my end.
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah. I feel like if this game was actually canon, I'd probably be more interested in making sure I was getting all the lore. Bro, is this a Sphere's temple? What's happening?
No way. Honestly, the voice actor for Jay actually sounds decent.
Yeah, I think the voice acting is not that bad, honestly.
Although Woo just sounds weird for me.
Yeah, Woo doesn't sound great.
More of these guys, huh?
Why? Oh man. This
Why, there's
Kai
the
voice actor
snake
giving me Letter
first.
Dimensions flashbacks.
Oh yeah.
Something about Ronin being able to control people with the Obsidian Glaive, as well as steal their memories? He did, yes. Well, could it work on snakes too?
Yes,
Well, there you have it.
reason why not. We must be even more vigilant from now.
Yeah, Sakota says I mean Johnny Thunder. Yeah, Johnny Thunder is what it was. That's right. I confused the two.
Yeah, I forgot to say Sudoka was the one that cleared that up.
Thank you, Sakota. Kyle, Wildfire, Red Sun,
Dakota.
Trio, they all need to commit arson. We need every Lego Fire user together in one place. Dude, that's kind of crazy that Kai's bike can just turn into a helicopter, not a helicopter, a plane.
Wow.
I don't remember being able to do that in the show. I really wish this scene, I really wish instead of the bike they used his car from Rebooted in this game.
Oh, from that iconic.
No way, Edna does. Ah, the level cut out right when we got to the coolest part.
Honestly, that scene from Reboot, it's like top 10 Kai moments
Yeah,
there.
that's like my favorite scene in Rebooted, actually. I like that scene more than Zane's. Oh, jeez. Sorry, gotta mute the cutscene. That was loud.
Oh, Ed and Edna. Where's Edna Lover when you need him?
Bendo, what do you think of the Ninjago and Minecraft crossover, the random Minecraft Kai minifig? I think that was pretty funny, honestly. Did Lego ever
Honestly,
confirm that was actually Kai?
I think they just said it was a ninja, but I could be wrong. Let's see.
It's
if
pretty
the
funny that they
expert
did
here
that still,
has
though.
an answer.
'Cause I feel like that was definitely an intentional reference.
Like when I was at Trist's house, it was so funny looking at the character wall, seeing all the ninja characters in like one wall, seeing the evolution, and then you just randomly see a Lego Minecraft figure.
Yeah.
I know. How about we rebuild
Who
the
let him in?
mechanical ninja and give him what for?
Bro
eh?
thinks he's on the
Hey,
team.
great idea.
Okay, your dad and I will work on the chassis. You and your friends find the electrics.
Okay, we do get to
Now where did I see
we
that
do get to
power core
explore Ed and
thingamabob?
Enda's.
Oh, on the roof.
It's a good thing I brought my grapple.
Okay. What is this?
Honestly, I think the OG Nia minifigure still might be my favorite Nia.
I like the redesign much better, honestly. But
Like
well,
which redesign figure?
yeah, I do really like the like the torso and leg printing design on the like original Nia. But I prefer the new hair piece.
Let's move.
Yeah, that's honestly, there's one of the better redesigns. What would you say is your least favorite redesign?
Probably Jay's.
More of the vampires are getting in.
I think Jay's redesign is like
agreement over that.
I like Jay's redesign, but like I think out of all the characters it suits his personality the least. At least if you took that design and put him on like how Jay was written before the redesigns. Which I guess Jay and Sons of Garmadon isn't too much of a far cry from how he's usually written, but whenever I see the Jay redesign I just imagine Wild Brain Jay.
I
Which
mean,
I don't really see as the same character, to be honest.
personally, I really do not like Jay in season 8.
I don't dislike him, but he's not. I think season 8 was. This might be one of my hot takes with season 8. I think it did start the decline of a lot of the ninjas' personalities.
Oh, I agree there actually.
Like pre-redesign Kai is a completely different character from post-redesign Kai in my eyes. Even as far back as Sons of Garmadon, he's just not the same character to me. I don't dislike the new version of him. He's just not the same in my eyes. I don't see them as really the same character. I mean, technically they are, but
It's just for me, like, I mean, I guess this is like the Oni trilogy problem here, because I have this issue with the first 2 installments at least, and that is like how they handle comedy, because they
Yeah.
really struggled to make that land, and I think Jay definitely got some of the worst jokes in the Oni trilogy.
It does seem
At
like
least for season 8, I actually think he was kind of funny at points in season 9.
I think it was pretty funny in Hunted, near the beginning.
Especially when he like changed his voice.
Yeah, I think that's like an iconic Jay
That
moment.
thing what you're after, Jay?
I think Kai is the worst
Or, like-
offender
Okay, well,
when it comes to
good
Sons of
luck editing it
Garmadon's
down.
like kind of character, like regression. I think Kai is either really boring or just really dumb, and not dumb in like a funny way. He either is spitting dialogue that any of the ninja could say, or he's saying some of the dumbest stuff or doing some of the dumbest things that are out of character dumb for Kai. Like I know some of Kai's comedy is him being like kind of dumb, but it usually is because of his like ego, or because he's like not thinking because he's angry, or because he's
Because
like
of his hot-headedness.
yeah, or because he's like doing actions without thinking. He's like being eccentric and all, but like in Sons of Garmadon, he's just being like just ordinary
Being a
dumb.
doofus about it.
Yeah, which doesn't. It's not
And-
Kai to me, and that still carries over to Dragon's Rising, and it's one of the things I really don't like about Kai's characterization. But at least they're in Dragon's Rising, they're really going in on it to the point where Kai does feel distinct, and I'd rather him feel distinct than feel boring. So I'll take it. I'll take Kai's new characterization as long as they actually give him a character again.
It's just like for me in season 8, it's either he just has these really just goofy moments, or he just doesn't exist in season
Yeah.
8.
Exactly.
Like that's why when I rank Kai up from all the seasons, season 8 is immediately last because of that.
I think,
In terms of how they handle Kai.
though, I would say I think some characters got better post redesign. Like I think Cole got better. I think Nia got
Nia
better, and
definitely.
Nia was already good in my eyes, but I think Nia was even better. I think it was mostly Jay, Kai, and then much later into the Wildbrain era, Zane kind of started falling off for me. Which is why I'm so glad that Dragon's Rising is introducing new characters, because I think it's like exactly what the show needed. For like ever since Sons of Garmadon for me.
I actually watched the first 2 episodes of Dragon's Rising, and it really surprises me how literally for basically all of the episode, it follows these new characters who we've never seen before, and the ninja are not like the protagonists this time around, or at least for like that first
Yeah.
episode. And it's so surprising how they made that really work, because it shouldn't work. And I know, like, whenever people were talking about like next gen Ninjago, or however we like to call it, we were really scared about like what will happen to our ninjas and stuff. Like, will we even care? And the fact that they actually made us care for Aaron and Sora and have us really be attached and endeared to them is honestly such an achievement. And by the time Lloyd comes in, at that point, we just want to learn more about these new characters here.
Yeah. They did a really good job with that. I'm really happy with how they've introduced the new characters and just the new concept of the merge and everything. Just everything feels so fresh and new, and it feels so well developed already, with even the little amount of screen time that we've seen of things like the Crossroads and Imperium. Everything just feels so lived in and real, which I really appreciate, because I think Ninjago world building is something that hasn't been super strong as of late. Even when they introduce cool areas like Shintaro and Merlopia, I think there's a lot of depth that we don't really see of those places that we could have. So seeing new areas and getting the depth that I kind of want from them is really, really nice to see.
Honestly, like, one of my issues with like Wild Brain is honestly is how it sort of wanted to like actively kind of avoid like those like lore, like I guess like following like the Ninjago lore. And I sort of get their idea, because they wanted to like expand the Ninjago world much more and have like new different places and such, so I can sort of see what they were going with. But at the same time, it does it like when you watch the series together, there is a bit of a strange disconnect for like most of the Wild Brain seasons with, you know, like Wilfilm seasons, and like even now with like you know, with Dragon's Rising, it's kind of a weird thing that Wild Brain has going on there.
Yeah.
Although
Although
you'll be happy to know I don't throw this against Seabound, because Maya appears in that one.
Yeah. Seabound actually does a pretty decent job of bringing back old stuff in relevancy. Do I have to beat Nia for this? Is that what's going on here?
Is this like a reference to Kabuki Nia? Like the billboard?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see. I was looking at chat.
Come on, we gotta put this thing together.
Same with the ugly face prints they kept giving him in the sets. The human face prints, you mean?
No.
Or are you talking
Nightmare
about?
Fuel.
Because I think the new like Silver
I think
Zane
they need
face
a
looks
Ninjago
great.
movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, Jay. Now let's kick some
Yeah, they keep giving him the human face prints in like Legacy and stuff. Which is really annoying because that face print looks terrible.
I absolutely hate that like smiling Zane. Like literally, I showed that to a friend who is like basically like a movie critic basically, and they told me that looks like something you would see out of like Annabelle.
Yeah, it looks really uncanny.
Yeah, you could just throw it in like a horror movie and it would work.
Oh geez, what is happening here? Do I have to use my mouse on the bottom screen for this? Hold on. Oh, I'm losing money by doing this. What's happening here? Okay. Sorry, chat. I'm doing something on the bottom screen. I didn't think the bottom screen would be a thing for this, but it is. I just had to use minigame.
Remember when they gave Nia the Lego City woman face for 2 years?
Oh yeah.
No, now I remember
And
that.
when she became a ninja too, which was like incredibly insulting.
I hated it how they really kind of gave the ninja, some of the ninja, really generic faces.
What about my memory?
Yeah.
Like Lloyd, I think Lloyd was definitely a big hit as well because they gave him this like really weird mix between like Ninjago Lloyd and almost like a Lego City face. Like
Yeah.
for like that
Bro.
era as well.
For like rebooted and stuff.
Cookies of deliciousness.
Like I know it was like the Temple of Air Jitsu had that Lloyd as well.
Yeah, I think they had that Lloyd face like from rebooted until the redesigns. Because before
Which
they
is
had
a
like
shame.
before they had the young Lloyd face, and they still used it for old Green Ninja
Honestly,
Lloyd.
that was kind of a perfect face to use if I'm fully honest.
It looked more accurate to the show. It looked kind of goofy, but like it was accurate. Lloyd did look goofy before the redesigns.
I mean, let's be honest, the show is goofy.
Yeah, the
It's
show's
always
goofy. We just a lot of the early designs looked really funny, especially like Kai and stuff. Like Kai's old hair, which like wasn't even a feasible Lego piece. They had to make a new piece. To like I don't know. It's so weird.
It really annoyed me how like for a few years, like when Ninjago came out, there was no hair. There was no hair piece you could really use for like Kai, except for like maybe like a Nightwing hairpiece where
This is the right place. Are there
you
some
know,
less hazardous
like it was kind of like
we could try?
I know like for the old Ninjago game, I don't know if they like used that hairpiece for Kai,
Okay, well, I'll just draw
but
some comfort from those memories, shall I?
yeah, it really
That's
annoyed me
right.
how that
I
was like
don't have
literally
them
the only
anymore.
option, and it wasn't
Is
until
anyone else a
Rebooted
little
where
concerned
they
about
had
eating
like the
fruit
hair
that grows
sticking
in
out that they
toxic
had to
bog?
make a
Kinda.
Kai hairpiece.
Not me.
Really? What do you know that
Yeah,
we don't?
they're using that hairpiece in this game too. I just realized.
Come, the map leads this way.
We're in the toxic bogs.
Remember, do not
Uh-oh.
step into the bog. It will eat right
I
through
better
your
not
footwear.
Great.
get
I
hit
was
with
looking
that
for a
venom
reason to get some new socks.
and invent Santa Claus. Like I just think it's funny how Christmas like doesn't really exist here. So he
Yeah, so they're
basically
just
invented
terrified.
Christianity.
Scratch that, you probably don't.
Come on, give me a hand. And the rest of a body. What are you doing? Aw, I just got
The
knocked
goofy
from a
little
plane.
skeleton guy. What is happening
I
here?
thought that was Gareth for a second.
Nah. What do I do with you? He's just chilling here. Okay. I don't really know
Like
what I'm
step
supposed
on
to... Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, you're right. Hold on. There's stuff over here, though. Gotta get the studs.
Doing some cool ninja flips.
Where now?
Can one of you get on top of those ruins for me?
Honestly, you're not a Ninjago fan if you don't remember the Spirit Smoke.
Yeah, that was so random. It's just like
The Spirit Smoke does not lie. An ancient evil has been released.
oh my goodness, the ninja need to be alerted of the villains doing something. How can we get this to be plot convenient? Spirit smoke.
They were obviously on Spirit Smoke when they thought
Yeah.
that.
Dude, I didn't even realize Wu was playable in this level.
Bruh, give us that Spirit Smoke.
Yeah. That's funny.
And I like how the Spirit Smoke randomly came back in like episode 11 or 12.
Yeah, and then they just forgot about it eventually.
R.I.P. Probably got destroyed by the Devourer.
All right,
Probably.
let's go.
Did they get destroyed? No, because we had it on the bounty, duh. Yeah, I was gonna say they destroyed when the monastery did, but no.
Like Garmadon probably only fixed the bounty itself, but like
Could be near
nothing
first.
else, like
No.
individual stuff there.
How do I get up here?
Honestly, I was going to watch Chima today, but I really couldn't bring myself to do it.
I don't blame you.
Because like I don't know if you know this, but I'm someone who really is kind of, I wouldn't call myself a
Oh, I can
hater,
double jump, I forgot.
but I am someone who's very outspoken about the first half of season 2, or the quote unquote filler episodes. And even
Yeah.
then, Chima, most of the Chima episodes I've seen from season 1 are basically the Ninjago quote unquote filler episodes, except they're 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Because there are like no good characters that you want to follow, and everything's much more unfunnier, and there's literally no kind of character development
They
that
look hungry.
you would care for
Probably a good idea not to
or
wait around on
even
it.
exists there. Because like, as much as I would love to bash on the Ninjago's first half of season 2, there at least are plenty of noticeable redeeming qualities. With Chima,
What's that up there?
I honestly need to really look for those.
Yeah. Chima's just so... I don't know what quite happened there with that show. Like, if it was rushed out, or the writers just didn't have really a clear vision for it. Because I know Tommy and Jason, like, it was like another one of his themes that he wanted to make, and it just didn't really seem like much panned out for it. I don't
Yeah,
know
'cause,
what
like-
made it so much worse than Ninjago. Maybe Ninjago is just... At least back then, I was kind of thinking Ninjago is kind of a once-in-a-blue moon, like, Lego theme that actually tells a really good story. But, you know, before that, you had Bionicle, and after that, and since, you've had Monkey Kid and Dreams, which I think are both pretty solid. So it's like, it's not impossible, and it's not uncommon for Lego to make good story themes. So I don't know what really happened with Bionicle.
I think it's just like, I think
Or,
it's
sorry,
just they really,
Chima.
I think it's just they really couldn't get those pieces together for that show,
Yeah.
or at least like with the first season, because honestly, there's a really big disconnect between this like scenic and majestic kind of larger than life world that is Chima, with all these chi and like different tribes. I mean, there's definitely a lot of interesting kind of like ambitious vision for this world, but it's really contrasted with this like very juvenile and childish kind of like humor and
More of Ronin's recruits.
characterization for these characters that honestly, it seems like there was definitely a really great idea here, but at the same time, I think they really too heavily emphasize the fact that this is a kid's show.
Yeah.
Honestly, going from like Ninjago to this honestly feels, it's just like there's definitely a huge different quality there.
Yeah, for sure.
So it honestly makes sense why they brought back Ninjago very quickly. like after like 1 year of Chima.
Yeah. Yeah, Ninjago just feels a lot more better. I guess it feels like Chima just feels so much like what Ninjago could have been if not enough thought and effort was put into its writing. But like Ninjago really did try to be something special and not just another kids show to put on, you know, like for your kids to watch and get them to buy toys, you know. Ninjago very much feels like something that wants, like that earns your investment and rewards you for watching, and rewards you for and doesn't talk down to its audience.
This way.
At least for the most part.
Yeah, like Chima really does feel antithesis to the success of Ninjago, because literally, like what you just said there, Chima basically did the opposite of that, and I feel like it almost kind of does feel like Chima almost intentionally tried its best, trying to be not like Ninjago, and I can respect it trying to be its own thing, but at the same time, it's just. It seems a lot more clear that they really just wanted to sell a lot more toys with this one. And I know like these are all like toy commercials, but like with Chima, it's just not something I really find myself wanting to go back to.
Right.
Like as soon as I finish binging Chima, I don't think I'm ever going back to that show again.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
I mean, I hear it gets better. And you know what, maybe season 3 I'll like or something, but I'm definitely not revisiting season 1 aside maybe the first episode, because I remember seeing that when it first came out. But I can really see why the audience for Ninjago didn't come back, even though the ads for Chima were like, hey, if you like Ninjago, you'll like this.
Right, and then the premiere came out. And I remember as a kid watching the Chima premiere and just not really being into it. Just did not hook me in the same way that Ninjago did.
And I would say, funnily enough, that premiere is probably the best episode I've seen of Chima, though.
Yeah.
Like that's literally like the best they had to offer, and then it just really dips.
Yeah, I never really got past the first like initial few episodes, I don't think. So I haven't really seen much of it. But I've gotten a pretty decent idea of how the show is based on what I've watched, but I definitely need to see more to judge it as a whole.
And like the reason I made that comparison to the quote unquote filler episodes from Ninjago is because literally Chima, those middle Chima episodes are actually filler that don't really add anything to the characters, to the story, or even just the world itself.
Oh jeez. Another cutscene. I thought we were free. Sorry, chat. Those sounds are not pleasant to listen to, the glitching. Are that the Caves of Despair? Is that what's happening?
Chima did go on for 3 years, which, I mean, good for them.
Yeah, I mean, it is standard Lego story theme length.
Nexo Knights couldn't say the same.
Didn't Nexo Knights almost make it 3 years? Because I at least had 2, right? I can't remember. I really don't know anything about Nexo
I think it
Knights.
probably did have 2 seasons, because I guess it did. I don't know. I don't really follow.
I think it had 3 waves, but I don't remember.
Didn't they like cancel the 3rd season, but just the wave came out?
That might have been what happened. Like, I think the theme technically lasted 3 years, but I don't recall.
Oof, that's rough. No ending.
Yeah, they missed out on their ending.
Honestly, that's rough when like a show just has no ending.
Yeah, I feel bad for the people who were actually like genuinely invested in Nexo Knights, because from what I've heard, Nexo Knights, like, while it wasn't that great for most of its run, it actually got pretty decent in its last few episodes before it got canceled. Like, they were actually starting to make some progress with the story and stuff, and then it got cut off.
Honestly, it kind of sounds like they finally found their mark. But
Yeah.
by that point, it was too late.
That's what I've heard, at least, though. I haven't seen any of the show to know if that's true or not.
Have you ever watched any like other superhero shows?
Other than like, I watched a few of the MCU shows that came out on Disney Plus, but I wasn't really into many of them. Other than that, I don't think so. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting though. So what is this puzzle right now?
It's like a comparison I really wanted to make was like how going from like going from like Ninjago to Chima is almost like, at least in my experience, going from like Spectacular Spider-Man to like Ultimate Spider-Man. Because like I don't know if you've seen those shows, but like basically like with Spectacular Spider-Man, what it basically does is it really has this amazing world building to its show and has these like really fleshed out and well-rounded characters, and is honestly such a great, like, if anyone's like a fan of Spider-Man, I would 100% recommend this show because I think it handles Spider-Man the best in any adaptation that I've seen. But like then we go to like Ultimate Spider-Man, and let's just say Spectacular got canceled because of a lot of weird stuff that happened. Mostly with Disney buying, I'm pretty sure, the TV rights for Spider-Man, but the rights for Spectacular were still with Sony, so it had to be canceled because of that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Which sucks. And so basically we were stuck with like another show, which talks down to its audience more and is honestly, it's pretty subpar with its writing and characterization. Animation looks great, the visual style looks pretty good, but honestly everything else, it was such a downgrade in quality.
Alright, yeah.
Sure, do you know one?
And that's how I sort of see Ninjago and Chima as well. It's like going from that to that. But you've seen some of the MCU shows? Like, which ones have you seen?
I watched Loki, which I actually kind of like Loki quite a bit. I think I started watching WandaVision, but I don't think I finished it. That's kind of the part, like the point where I kind of fell off with the MCU. I haven't really kept up with it since Endgame, really. Which definitely happened for a lot of people. What am I doing here? Okay.
I mean, I know WandaVision was like the first Disney Plus MCU show.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. I think that's why I watched it. It was like right after Endgame came out. And I was like still interested in seeing where the MCU was going. And I never really finished it. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just, it didn't really catch my attention too much. Loki was pretty good, I think. But I only saw it once. Well, I saw it like once and then I went to rewatch it and I got like halfway through and didn't end up finishing it again, but I thought it was pretty good. In terms of other superhero shows, I don't think there's anything else I've watched. Nexonites didn't. Nexonite, third year was cut short and the show got no real ending. Yeah. I don't know why, I was always under the assumption that Nexonites at least got like 3 years of sets, but I guess not.
Man.
Nexonites has 4 seasons and canceled the 5th season, so it ended on a cliffhanger. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. It's a shame what happened with Nexonites. It would have been cool to see like a fully like realized version of that show going into season 5, and they finally find their footing and tell a good story with it. Because from what I've heard, it seems like it was going in a pretty decent direction before it got canceled.
I've seen like the MCU shows up to Hawkeye, and I haven't really kept up with any of the other shows since.
The only thing beneath my feet is
Yeah.
Then I suggest we find a grave.
The last MCU movie I saw in theaters was Spider-Man No Way Home.
You didn't see Guardians?
I did not, but I've heard it's really good. So I'll probably watch it eventually.
Honestly, that's like the only MCU movie that I think people should look into because it is actually so good.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna watch it when it comes out on Disney Plus. I think I was just going to the theaters for, because I don't go to the theaters that often. I usually try to go like for really special like movies that I really want to see. So I went for Across the Spider-Verse, and that's the last time I've gone to a theater.
What'd you think of
Recently.
Across?
I liked it a lot. I feel like when it comes to that movie, I'm not as obsessed with it as a lot of people were when it came out. Like the entirety of the internet was like going crazy when that movie came out, and I was kind of like, I wasn't as swept up in that as much as I feel like a lot of other people were. Not because I didn't like the movie, I just don't think it didn't leave as big of an impact for me as the first one did. But I still think it's really well done, and I'm very excited to see the next installment. And I really hope they actually give their production team and their animators enough time and they don't crunch or anything to get the next one to happen. And I heard it got delayed indefinitely, so I'm hoping that means that they're actually respecting their employees this time.
In the end, because let's be honest, they only did that because they had to.
Yeah.
Not because they wanted to actually do the right thing. But let's hope.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
That's
the right
what
thing does
worries
happen,
me.
though.
Is that a lot of times that'll happen, something will get delayed, but only for like as much as it needs to get delayed. Like the bare minimum. Like we'll delay it as much as we physically can before we get too scared and be like, okay, needs to come out sooner. So,
Honestly, this is Sony though, so I'm automatically worried for this third movie.
I am yeah. You're all right. Sony does have a great track record when it comes to
Screwing
good
stuff up.
ending trilogies.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, they were at the top of the world with Spider-Man 2, and then one guy comes in, he's like, you know what? Let's screw that up.
I'm worried about it. I think I always get myself really worried about endings to really good stories because I think more often than not, the endings I'm not always satisfied with how things end. And it's really hard to make it, like writing an ending is probably the hardest part of writing a story. Bringing everything to its satisfying conclusion.
Man.
And they have so much stuff to wrap up.
My brother
with that
would
story.
definitely, like, if he was hearing this conversation, I feel like one show he would bring up is Game of Thrones because he literally binged the whole show like in the past month. He finished it like last week, I'm pretty sure, last 2 weeks, and he was like, I literally came downstairs the moment he was in the last scene of the show, and I came in there. I was like, "Oh, what'd you think?" And he was like, "This is terrible."
Yeah.
He flat out said it was terrible. He had trouble listing any redeeming qualities with its writing. I don't think he even named any. Which is very, very shocking.
So many chokins. Yes. Our Lord and Savior Chokin.
A giant ham sandwich?
Giant ham sandwich?
Poisoned giant ham sandwich?
I sure hope not. I'm so hungry.
Ah!
Over the sun.
Hey, Cole.
That scene's so iconic.
Honestly, as much as I dislike
what the heck is going on with
kind of a pathetic idiot in the first half of season 2, he is kind of funny.
Yeah.
I think I'm seeing memories from my past.
Dude, Cole's having like
That is where memories
flashbacks
usually
right now.
come.
It must
I don't know
mean
what's
the
going on.
obsidian scythe is nearby.
I really should be paying attention to this plot. It's just way too hard to like have a conversation, play the game, read chat, and also pay attention to the story that's happening right now.
Stick a bit closer together.
Oh, okay. Well, they're dead.
They were like, nope.
Are you guys all right?
Yeah, apart from being trapped.
Not just trapped, we also have a very limited air supply.
Thanks.
What air supply do you need, Zane? You're a freaking robot.
Yeah.
So you can move all these rocks, then that would be great. Don't
Wait a minute, this is like
We've
that
got
one
this
moment
under
in Crystal.
Oh no. Oh, well, they're dead too.
Now it's become the fall.
I don't
The
think
real
they've got it
fall.
under control at
The
all, Jay.
real-
That predates both falls.
This is the prequel to the fall.
The prequel, the fall prequel that we've all been wanting.
This is the trilogy.
I like how that's how the level ends too. This
Did
game's
Ken
pretty
suddenly
amusing.
come in and was like, "Yep, trapdoor."
Yeah. I have no context for what just happened. They're looking for an obsidian scythe apparently. I missed that at some point. And there goes the audio. Gotta mute that again.
Oof.
Oh yeah, it is the Caves of Despair. I was right. Iconic. I like this game a lot. I do enjoy how they're visiting so many iconic locations from the show. It's very amusing.
I like how they're just wearing the pilots' suits.
Yeah.
And someone mentioned how Zane's still wearing his titanium suit.
Yeah.
But he lost his memory, so I guess he wouldn't really know how to switch back.
True. I'm guessing they just didn't want to have to make a new minifig for Titanium Pilot Zane.
Place, please, Kai?
Even though they could literally just switch the head around. But all these models seem to be based off the minifigs, so they didn't want any unofficial minifig models in this game, I guess.
Spin it open.
Why do I hold it down? Oh, what's happening here? Oh, wait, I see. I see what's going on, apparently. Maybe, if I can control this game properly.
Spin it open.
Well,
That's nice 3 seasons.
I'm continuing a conversation with Long, but I guess you haven't seen, you haven't joined the
There it
Barbenheimer experience.
I have not. I've not. I'm really interested in seeing Oppenheimer, though. I think I will when it comes to digital.
Oh, it's honestly an incredible history movie.
Yeah.
Probably the second best history movie I've seen, if I'm completely honest.
Dude, Cole is popping off right now, by the way.
Dang.
It's all coming back.
That was like
It's
the
I'm
sickest
living it
thing I've
again,
seen
only
from this game so
faster.
far.
Objects, faces, places,
Honestly, it's kind of
creatures,
funny how
words.
Cole's
It's really
Oppenheimer
working?
ties Barbie.
Yeah, like, I now know that
That's
those
so
are
that's so
constricti.
real.
What are constricti? Those snakes behind you. They're...
Oh, Cole remembers.
Uh-oh.
Gotta fight the Serpentine.
See, the thing about the Constricti that I never understood is that, like, their whole gimmick, other than burrowing underground, is, like, using their tails. But, like, only the leader has the tail. So, like, their whole gimmick is kind of lame compared to the other ones. Like, only the leader can do it.
Powers back? I think so.
I mean,
Let me
I
try
thought
them
their whole
out.
gimmick was just drill.
I don't know, like, with their name being the Constricti, I thought the whole thing was, like, they constrict their opponents so they can't move. And, like, drilling is, like a subset of their power set, but I never thought of it as, like, the main focus of their abilities.
I mean, that's what they always do whenever we see them. They just drill.
Yeah.
Like, that's just their... They just tunnel.
It's just funny how, like, when they're all, like, all the ninja are, like, thinking of the different ways to, like, okay, what is, hold on, I need to... Cole can use his earth powers to summon heavy boulders out of the ground. This is new to me.
I mean, I guess the names was misleading.
Yeah. Like, all the ninja are thinking of their... How do I use my powers? Oh, here we go. All the ninja are like, oh, for the Fang Power's bite, I can, like, use my metal arm to stop it. For the Venomari, I can, like, just use Falcon Vision and stuff, and Cole's is, like, all about the Constricti. It's about, like, breaking free from their grasp. So, they never planned for what they would do if they started using their dig ability. And, they just conveniently never did in that episode, I don't think.
I just think it's funny how
Really knocked some heads together
the
there.
leader of the
Whoa,
Constricti,
this is
Scalador,
awesome.
is
We should get
literally
your powers back
an
next.
idiot.
Yeah, we should.
His
I-
brain is made of rocks.
I miss the snake leaders. It's actually kind of fascinating to me how many minifigs they made for the Serpentine for just like one season. Like I feel like we don't really see that much enemy variety nowadays in Ninjago villain factions. Like you had all the tribe leaders plus Pythor plus like I think 2 minifigs per henchman per tribe. Like that's a lot of enemy minifigs.
And this is like all in 1 year as well.
Yeah, it was all in 1 year. That was all one. Well, I think there was there 2 waves of sets for Rise of Snakes? I forget.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, but it was all in 1 year.
When did season 2 wave come out? Because I know season 2 came out literally the same year of season 1, but like when did that season 2 wave come out?
Wasn't it? Well, rebooted was 2013, right?
No, rebooted's 2014.
Okay, so then it had to have been 2013, I would have thought. Because 2012 was Rise of Snakes, 2011 was Pilots, 2013 would have been Legacy of the Green Ninja, and then 2014 would
Even
have
though,
been rebooted.
even though like season 2.
And then
came out.
2015 was Tournament and Possession. Pretty sure.
Yeah, it's just like I know season 2 finished by like November of 2020. November of 2012, and then I guess the wave for season 2 came out right after.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It is interesting seeing how much they really put so much thought into the villains for
Yeah,
that
they
first
made
season.
like a lot of minifigs for them. They also had the Samurai X minifig for Nia. Okay, I
The
have
Green
this giant
Ninja.
boulder and I can't do anything with it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they had the new Green Ninja minifig to make. They had Garmadon with the 4 arms. They had a
the
lot.
Destiny's Bounty,
Those sets were
the Ultra
packed.
Dragon, the Ultrasonic Raider.
That was a packed wave of sets.
See if you
Yeah,
can find
that's
a way across.
honestly it's so iconic. So many iconic builds.
End of level music slaps. This game's soundtrack is actually pretty good. I'm impressed. Three per tribe plus general, but yeah, it was 2 waves. Yeah, I think it being 2 waves definitely helped. Yeah, I keep thinking I have to use this rock. But apparently not. I think it being 2 waves definitely helped. Because nowadays we get like 1 wave per season most times. But that might change for Dragon's Rising, depending on how they release it. I really don't know. Because assuming they want to do season 2 in like winter wave, I guess. So maybe like the winter wave of sets will be season 2.
Like I guess they'll be split up into 2 parts, right?
Yeah, you would think. Well, the thing that's throwing me off is part 1, or yeah, the wave that we just got of Dragon's Rising has part 2 sets for season 1, part 2. Which is
Yeah, but like now,
strange.
but now there's like, is there gonna be like both a winter and like a summer wave,
Yeah,
or is it still just gonna be 1 wave?
yeah, true. That's what we will find out eventually.
Yeah, I always remembered how in like, because like I remember for the first wave for season 1, I'm pretty sure they had like bow staffs for like, because like I know like for the first wave you got Phantom and Scales, and you also got all the staffs, but you didn't have the other 2 generals until the next wave.
Right. Yeah.
So I always found it interesting how like we only got those two generals for that wave, at least at the time, thinking where are the other two guys? And then we finally did get them in the the Ultra Dragon.
Right, yeah. We did get. Did we not get Lloyd until the Ultra Dragon too? And like the spinner for him, of course.
I
don't know
mean,
when
the
that
only
came
Lloyd
out.
we got was Kid Lloyd.
Yeah, we had Kid Lloyd, and then Green Ninja Lloyd was like the old. I remember I got my original Green Ninja Lloyd minifig in the Ultra Dragon set.
Well, there you go, the
Just-
OG.
The spinner was so dang hard to find.
See if you can find a way across for me.
Can I? Oh, Cole just teleported all the way back here. Can I not get back up? Oh yeah, the NRG Ninja too. Jeez, that was a crazy year.
Yeah, I just remembered. Yeah, that is true.
Serpentine had Pythor, all the other generals, and one had the head of the general with the lower rank. That's true. They did reuse the Fang Tom head.
Yeah, there's like second in commands.
Yeah,
Dang,
there's
they
second-
really.
They literally
Dang, have, like,
they
a
did.
system,
Yeah, they had like a system of. Okay, I needed to do this.
a system of leadership.
Yeah.
They might as well set up a government at this point.
Is Cole gonna get crushed by this? Yeah, he definitely did. Okay. Graphics decently better than the other game I played. Yeah, quite a bit. This game actually holds up pretty well graphically for being a 3DS game. I'm honestly just really glad this game exists because we actually have like a standard Ninjago game, even if it's not necessarily canon.
And it's like a new story as well.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Concentrate? So I'm guessing a bunch of angry snakes would make that tricky, huh?
Will this work? Oh, I just killed Kai.
Well.
Oh, but Kai got
as a
across
time ain't
somehow?
happening.
Oh. What is going on here? No, Kai!
Dang, you're. Oh, that guy died.
Okay. Oh.
His story keeps repeating.
I think I was supposed to do something with those rocks. I don't think Kai was supposed to get over here.
I don't think he was supposed to die.
Yeah. Okay, well that's fine. Was Chen
You know, I
Zenitron and the Pyro Vipers followed the system? Yeah, that is true. We still don't know where Clancy is from. What tribe is he a part of?
Okay, I can do this.
Didn't. What was that weird short story Ninjago thing we had recently? Splinter, was it?
Splinter in the Blind Man's Eye?
Yeah.
That was like the Twitter, I don't even know if that's canon anymore. Like, Tommy Andreessen wrote it, but I don't think we know if it's canon still.
Well, I know, they gave. I'm pretty sure a friend of mine told me they gave some explanation to Clancy. I don't remember if they said this, but they said it was Clancy was a hybrid between Hypnobrai and whatever the Venomari. At least that's what I heard from them. I haven't read Splinter as well, but I guess that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. Can I just jump over this? I have no idea how Cole is supposed to be able to...
I mean, Clancy's green, though. And the only green tribe there is the Venomari.
Yeah, my bets are on him being Venomari, but... I mean, Yeah, Tommy Andreasen says he's a mix of two tribes, and I guess, I mean, I'd buy that. I don't know how that would happen, but sure.
I mean, it would be more compelling if it was like he was a Venomari, but he just never felt it like fit in anyway. Because
That's
like
a
I know
bug
that's
that
what he's
happens in this part.
fixed.
Monarch has confirmed this is a bug. Does anyone know how I'm supposed to continue? I think I'm supposed to use Cole's power in some way to break these rocks, but I have no idea how.
A Venomari and Anaconda
Oh,
hybrid. Honestly,
kill
that would
Cole
have been
so he
better.
respawns. I can't even kill Cole. Oh, there we go.
Honestly, yeah, I
he's
agree.
not.
A Venomari and an Anaconda hybrid would have been much better since that's what he kind of.
That makes a
looks
lot
like
more
anyway.
sense because yeah, the mold they use for his head. I can't kill. Cole won't respawn.
Make Cole die off the cliff. No.
The problem is I need Cole for the puzzle.
You can't recreate the fall.
Well, in Splinter, the Bioman's said that Venomari and the Brown Hybrid, but I thought it was stupid because of anything. Oh yeah, you already addressed this comment.
Yeah, that's why I read it.
Yeah, Cole is not respawning over there. That's an issue.
I'm just imagining the music. Just the sad choir from March of the Oni.
Cole repeatedly falling. Yeah, I can't double jump. So, did I like soft lock this? Is that what happened? Huh.
Does Kai have to like...
I need Cole over here to continue the level.
by stomping his foot?
Yeah, but I can't get over there.
Can you like make an earthquake right there though?
Doesn't seem like it. I think I may have soft locked the level somewhere. That's what happened. Wee. Dang. I may have to restart the level. Is that an option?
No.
Restart level. I may have soft locked it. I think I glitched past. Did something incorrectly. Oh gosh. The cutscene is killing our ears again.
Man, remember the Skybound Tall Tales?
Oh yeah. Forgot about those. Aren't those
Clients.
also not canon?
Yeah, they aren't canon.
That's so weird they would make like things to explain the past of the crew and then not have it even be canon. I can't skip this cutscene by the way. So I have to watch it again.
Honestly, they were so close to having something that was like the pilot's shorts, but they really screwed up by making it not canon.
Yeah. Monarch says those rocks fell down because you aren't supposed to go back when you get to this point, but sometimes you get stuck behind them. So so pretty much what happened is I got soft locked. I have to restart the level.
Oof.
That's okay. I know what I'm doing this time, maybe.
Do you remember the core shorts?
Go on.
Yo, yeah. I vividly remember those. Those were actually pretty fun to follow, because they came out. They actually had a good release schedule.
There it is.
They came out like once a week, I'm pretty sure, and it was actually really nice. You get little bite-sized Ninjago content every week, even if it wasn't really that fantastic.
Honestly, I
skip
think
that cutscene. Oh, never mind.
I have a friend who hates one, or not doesn't hate one, but there's one that they really do not like, and that is the honesty short.
Oh yeah.
And honestly,
It's all coming back. It's like I'm living it again, only faster.
I can't
Objects,
take
spaces,
the
places,
Ice Emperor
creatures,
seriously
words.
now.
It's really working? Yeah.
That whole
After
short
hearing
is
him
so
talk
funny.
about
Those are
honesty
Yeah.
What are constricti?
and
Those
being
snakes
like,
behind
"Oh,
They're...
you were honest with me. I
Uh-oh.
knew you cheated," or something.
Those shorts are really goofy. I did really like the one with the one that focused on Cole though. The what was it, balance?
Yeah.
That actually gave us one of the coolest Cole like shots
Got your elemental powers back? I think
of
so.
it
like,
like
one of the-
changing the aspect ratio and then him going like fighting like the lava monster.
And randomly having an emotional
Like an actual important
flashback.
like an important flashback to the show that I consider as canon, even though the shorts
I
as a whole
consider
aren't.
as well.
Oh whoops, hold on. I'm messing up these controls a lot this stream. There we go. 'Cause the button prompts are completely different. Oh my goodness, the button prompts are completely different than my actual controller. Because it's supposed to be played on a DS. I'm using an Xbox controller.
I just think it's really funny how literally they mentioned like, "Hey Zane, stop being the Ice Emperor." He's like, "I'm right here."
We should get
Yeah,
Ninjago
he's literally
back
right there.
next. Yeah, we should.
Honestly, they just need to stop bringing back the Ice Emperor because it's never good whatever they do.
I really like there's this out of context clip that I think it was either going around or like I ended up clipping it myself. I forget. I just remember sharing it on Discord a bunch. And it's just of like it's just of Cole being like, "Hey, check it out, Master Wu," and then it just abruptly cuts to him like screaming as he's like being taken away, and it's just so funny out of context. He's just like, "Hey, check it out, Master Wu."
I could already expect.
I wish I still had that clip of, on the ready, because it's hilarious.
It kind of reminds me of I need to see that.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it. It's really funny too, because that's just how the short is cut. Just how they edited it. It's very funny out of context.
I can imagine it, and I think what I imagine is probably more funnier than the reality. But
Yeah, it's still pretty funny though.
I'm trying to find a video because I need to remember what it's called.
See if you can find a way across for me.
Those shorts are the only time you will use creation on screen and use it to destroy an illusion. Didn't you use... Was him making us dragon, not him using creation?
I mean,
technically it's him using his dragon power, because at the time, summoning your dragon was just a separate ability.
I mean, that does technically count since it is an elemental dragon.
Yeah.
That's him using creation.
So I'd say that would probably be... That's like the first and only time in the actual show itself. I don't know why Wu never uses creation. It's... Like, he has power, but he just never uses it.
Just, nah. Never.
To be
never
fair,
will.
Garbodon doesn't really use... I mean, Destruction was a power in Hunted, but then it kind of got changed to Oni power because of March of the Oni and Crystallized. So, like, is Destruction and Oni the same thing? I don't know. This is... Sakota is our lore expert here. He can tell us.
They'll give us our answers.
Also really confused me still that like sometimes like I think they mentioned that Wu is also both part Oni and Dragon. So can Wu use Oni power?
I mean, probably not as much since I guess
It's all really weird.
genetics, very weird. I mean, there was like Oni Lord, so I guess Wu could if he like embraced the darkness.
It kind of says in the pilot that pure power of creation can be very dangerous when not used correctly. You'd think Wu would know how to use it correctly, though. If used incorrectly, will it lead to disastrous consequences? Maybe Wu is just not strong enough to harness it. Maybe
I mean,
like,
it's like using the dark side. I mean,
Kai,
you
don't
really
get trapped. Oh no. Okay.
No, are you supposed to be there?
Yeah.
Concentrate, then I think I can open it.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try
I'm
something.
guessing a bunch of angry snakes would make that tricky, huh?
Oh,
Oh no. Ah, dang it. Soft locked again, it seems. That is upsetting. that sucks. Huh, I wonder... I don't know, because I feel like if I play the level again, it's just gonna happen again. They're both part both, but the Devourer brought out the Oni-Sign Garment on, so to balance things out, Wu is more on the dragon side. Yeah, that makes sense. This is a really annoying soft block. I don't... Huh. Somehow we got Kai glitched over there last time, and I don't know how. Yeah, but I've tried doing the, like, the elemental powers. The stomp. I think this is literally a barrier that you're supposed to get past before. But it's just the game's... There's a glitch with it.
honestly, yeah, that does look very annoying.
Okay, well, I'll try restarting the level one more time. And what I'll do this time is I'll make a save state right before this.
Sounds like a plan.
So once I restart and make a save state, then we can just not have to restart the level anymore, and hopefully we'll get lucky and be able to actually continue playing the game. Apologies, chat. Oh, and there goes the cutscene making undesired sound effects again.
So apparently there's like a Ninjago website game. I think it's like Return of Chen or something, where Chen comes back and the ninja have to say woo.
Interesting.
And I know someone made like a weird edited video where they just throw in a bunch of memes into it. And they kind of have that like woo screaming as he's taken away or something. So I don't know, like you're talking about your clip kind of reminds me of that.
That's funny.
Yeah, Ninjago memes. Certainly an interesting territory.
Yeah. Alright, we do this again. And this time I'll be smart and make a save state.
Spin it open.
Luckily these levels are short, so... Wouldn't be a Lego game without some game-breaking bug. There's some echoing going on? Chat, let me know if you guys hear any echoing.
Oh, Peter Hosner's leaving Twitter now.
It's all coming back. It's like I'm living it again, only faster. Objects, faces,
Also,
places,
Michael
creatures,
Adams
words.
has
It's really working?
made some
Yeah,
posts on Twitter as
I
well.
now
Oh,
know
really?
that those are constricti.
What are constricti?
Those snakes behind you.
Ninjago members suddenly being active.
Uh-oh.
That's wild.
Oh man, but one's literally leaving Twitter, so that was short-lived.
Yeah. That's rough.
Oh man, that sucks though, because sometimes Peter Hosner would like some of my tweets.
I'm just letting Kai deal with this enemy by himself.
Yeah, he's got this. He doesn't
Knock
need
some
it.
heads together there.
Whoa! This is awesome! We should get your powers back next!
Yeah.
Is he like
Yeah, we
desecrating
should.
like an ancient site here?
Yeah, my stream window, my stream is on the other page. There shouldn't be echoing.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't have my stream unmuted.
Whoa. Watch out for those spikes!
I mean, someone else saying they don't hear it.
Yeah, I don't know where the echoing would be coming from.
Also, hi, Chima guy. Maybe it's just for this one person because I'm only hearing it. from
Yeah,
one
that's what.
person.
Yeah, chat. If there's anyone else who's hearing echoing, then let me know. Right now, I'm more concerned with getting back to where I was in this level, so we don't have to replay this again. Then I'll look at the.
We just gotta remember.
Check the audio. I can check the audio on my end actually real fast. Let me just deafen in Discord real quickly. I don't hear any echoing on my end. Anyway, we move on. Oh wait, wrong character. No, don't worry about it. Shiva channel, you're good.
See if you can find a way across for me.
Alright. Also, yeah, assuming I can get past this part of the level, this will probably be the last level of the stream for today. So hopefully we can actually complete it.
Let's fulfill the prophecy.
I don't actually know how long this game is, but the levels go by pretty quickly. I'd assume it's shorter since it's a DS game. It'd be shorter
Probably.
than most console LEGO games. They really nailed like the spinjitzu in this game though. It feels really good to use.
Well, that's good.
Alright, here we go. We're almost there.
Let's hope
Kai's
we
just
got
gotta
it
do
this
some
time.
cool parkour.
The sound effects do sound like Kai.
Yeah, I was listening. The coal sound effects especially. Like, I'm curious if they did just use sounds from the show.
Do you ever just like randomly find Ninjago voice actors anywhere else and you're like, oh wait, I didn't know you were in here?
I feel like there is an instance of that. I have looked up a lot of the IMDb's for Ninjago voice actors, and I'll see they're like in a lot of shows that I know are popular that I've just not watched. So most of the time it's like, oh, that's a show that I've heard about, and I didn't know you were in that, but I've not seen it myself. Like, I'm pretty sure Kirby Moro was in Death Note, like the anime adaptation. I think like Paul Dobson was in Inuyasha. I forget what else.
Oh yeah, don't forget. You gotta be Cole. For
Oh yeah.
Ninjago.
Oh wait, wait, wait.
Ooh.
Wait, Cole, don't go. Cole, don't go up there. Okay, hold on. I need to make a save state.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, you gotta be
Hold
Cole.
on. Let me do this real fast. I don't wanna save state. Okay. Okay, we're back. I made a save state, so if this messes up, then...
Did you run forward, or?
Yeah, I went to run forward. Okay, hold on. See, this is why we have...
Okay. If I can concentrate, then
Oh, there you go.
I feel like this just is not gonna work, though. Oh, there we go! That's crazy.
There we go.
Imagine playing this on the DS and actually having to restart the level every time.
if I can concentrate, then I think I can open.
Concentrate? So I'm guessing
Alright, chat, we did it.
would make that trick.
Finally.
Apologies for having to watch that level like 3 times. I was watching Resident Allen when Michael Adam the Wait suddenly showed up. That's funny. Yeah, it's funny.
Like,
I'll usually watch something and then I'll recognize them from something else. Like if I'm watching Ninjago, well, not with Ninjago, but like with Monkey Kid, there's a lot of popular voice actors in that show. Like Monkey Kid has a really crazy voice cast, actually.
I remember, like when I was watching like Andrew Francis, one of like Brent Miller's interviews with Andrew Francis, and like he randomly mentioned he was Gil from Johnny Test. So I was like, wait a minute, I never knew that. Like I watched Johnny Test when I was a kid, and the fact that I didn't know that Andrew Francis was literally Gil, even though in hindsight he definitely sounds like him a lot, especially when he plays Cole. That shocked me.
Yeah.
And like apparently he was also in Max Steel as well, which is a show I watched as a kid as well. So man, Andrew Francis was in a lot of shows that I watched.
my sister? Yes. And I think I did too.
What? Oh, this
And like I
is the
know some of
worst.
the Ninjago voice actors were actually in Arrow, because like Kirby Morrow and Vincent Tong were randomly in them.
And, well, to be honest,
Yeah.
you both strike me as lunkheads.
Yeah, it's very interesting just
You hear
finding
that,
these
Jay?
guys here.
Kai thinks you're a lunkhead.
You as well. Don't forget that.
This dialogue is very interesting
Very
that we're
funny.
listening to it.
I'm running out of air here.
Sounds like he has plenty to me.
I heard that. Okay, stand
This part is
back.
very good.
I'm still getting the hang of this.
I don't think the voice acting in this game
I
is
hope
actually
he
that bad,
doesn't
honestly.
accidentally crush us under tons of rock.
Honestly, it definitely has
We
its own kind of
really
charm
need to
to
work
it.
on your small
Yeah.
talksing.
It does. Alright, there you have it. We did it. We beat the
Ninjago.
level. I'm just gonna hit continue to see if it brings us back to like a hub or something. Or if it just goes to the next level.
So why are we getting Kai's
Yeah, there
obsidian
you go.
weapon next and not say, mine?
Well, the group took a vote back in the Cave of Despair, and everybody voted for this. So,
When I get my memories back, I hope they're full of embarrassing stories about you two.
Alright,
Wow.
cool. So yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end off the stream for today. I do want to return to this game at some point. So I'll probably stream it again, hopefully soon. There's also a bunch of tier list streams that I want to do, so hopefully we'll do more of those as well. But for now, yeah, we're gonna start wrapping up stream here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much, Kevin, for joining me.
I'm so glad to even be a part of this, so that's very awesome. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'm actually very pleasantly surprised with this game, as well.
Yeah, it definitely looks a lot of fun. I hope to play it at some point.
I'm just gonna make a save state just to be safe. Because I don't know if this game will save correctly. But there
we
you
go.
have it. Thank you guys again so much for being here. Thank you guys for almost 50 likes on this stream. This stream actually did better than I thought it would for being like on a niche, kind of niche piece of Ninjago media. So thank you guys for joining us for that and giving us some good talking points and such, and helping me out with the with the game when it was breaking on me. Hopefully we won't have any situations like that in the future. But I guess we'll find out. But yeah. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.